It's a very soft start. So let's just get into it.
Get right into it.
Brigitte, it is so nice to talk to you today because honestly, I feel like I've followed you along throughout your career the last few years. Have we actually met?
We've never actually met in IRL.
That's right, in real life. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah. I didn't think we had,
No.
but we have been obviously in the same circle for a very long time. So it's so nice to talk to you finally. Thank you for doing this.
I'm so excited to chat with you. We've been trying to make this work for like a month
That's
now,
right.
I think.
Yeah.
So I've been very much looking forward to it.
We're finally here. You did go to Portugal recently.
Yes.
I want to talk about Portugal because my girlfriend and I went to Portugal last summer and we kind of fell in love with the country. How did you find it?
I loved every aspect of Portugal as a tourist, except for the stairs.
A lot of climbing.
There's a lot of cardio involved to
Yeah.
get through Porto, Lisbon, all of it,
Right.
which I didn't mind because that's kind of the beauty of Portugal. I loved it. What's there not to like?
Oh, totally. Where did you go? What cities?
I actually just stayed in Lisbon.
In Lisbon,
In
okay.
Lisbon, yeah. It wasn't the longest trip, but it was very fruitful.
First time there?
First time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Was that
very
your
good.
first time too?
It was our first time there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you go to Alfama? The
I
Alfama
did.
district?
Yes,
Okay.
actually, I stopped by, and then, but we stayed in Barrio Alto,
Yeah.
and that was
Which
like
is kind of like the party scene. And
I was just
yeah.
gonna say, it's literally a party street every single night. It was
yeah.
like Mardi Gras
Right.
minus. Actually, no, I did see some beads.
Oh, did you?
I saw some beads. Yeah, it was like a little mini Mardi Gras experience in Europe.
Totally. Yeah, when we got there, our first night there, we were a little obviously off schedule because of the time change. And we went back to the hotel room after dinner and like actually kind of fell asleep and had a nap. And we woke up and we thought we kind of like missed our first night there, but people don't have dinner there until like 10
don't.
o'clock at night.
Yes.
So like people are up until 3, 4 in the morning partying on any given night. So we didn't miss anything. We were like, this is prime time.
You had to catch up.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
did, like, we stopped by Sintra. Did you go to Sintra?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that was
yes.
beautiful.
I saw your photos. Yeah.
Went there for an afternoon, but other than that, stayed in Lisbon. And yeah, they can really keep the party going there, which
Yeah.
isn't really usually what I do well.
Beautiful country. I found it so affordable too.
Yes.
Right? Like it's very cheap. You get these
Yep.
amazing meals. The drinks are very cheap. You're walking around a town square. You get like a liter of wine for like €2. I'm like, I could live here. This sounds good.
What is there not to like?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just the ticket and the time to get there
Yeah.
and stay there is really, I think, the hang up most
Although
people have.
it is one of the closest places for us if you're going to Europe.
If you're going to Europe. Yeah.
7 hours, you're in Portugal. Not bad.
That's a long time.
Are you a good flyer?
I'm a terrible
okay.
flyer.
No.
Well, I mean, I could be worse,
understand.
but anything that's more than 4 hours, I get very
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
I was
can't
kind of
sit still.
nervous about that too because as you can tell, I'm very lanky, so I need the leg room.
I mean, I didn't want to say anything, but the first thing I thought when you walked into the room was, "My God,
Is this man lanky?
that stature! Yeah, he is lanky." But I'm
I'm
sure
in the
that,
best shape of my life.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that works in your favor a lot,
It
being
does.
so tall.
Yeah, you can oversee a lot of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I was nervous about the flight. But it went by pretty fast. It was
Yeah.
kind of like a red-eye flight, so we tried to nap. But
That's
anyway,
the key. That's the key of doing it. Yes.
Yeah.
Red eye, so that when you're there,
Yeah.
hopefully you're refreshed and you're ready to go.
if you ever go back to Portugal, I would recommend Porto.
I know.
That was the other city we went to, and
Missed it.
we only had one full day there. And super quaint little town. Just you could live there. It's just wonderful. Yeah.
So I met my friend who's actually from Toronto. She was my producer for 7 years.
Yep.
And so she moved to England and she spent her birthday in Portugal. And my birthday's only about 5 days after her.
Oh, nice.
That's why she was like, "Do you want to come meet me out here?" And I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
great.
"Heck yes, I do."
How could you not?
How could I not? But she had already gone to Porto. And
Oh,
I never
really?
want to be that person to make someone do something twice.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's why I sat out.
there are worse places than to go
True.
twice to Porto. But yeah, I understand.
Now I know.
Where'd you grow up? Are you from Toronto originally, or?
I born in Toronto, raised in Mississauga primarily.
very
So that's, like a 40 minute drive. It's
Yeah.
not that different, but yeah, Toronto's home. You travel to great lengths to learn about different cultures and just different environments. And obviously there are so many great places around the world that I would love to live, but Toronto's always going to be home base.
Yeah.
I love it
Proud
here.
of your city? As am I. Yeah.
I didn't even need the Raptors to win the championship game to be proud of my city.
That's where my mind went to, too. You know what's so funny? We're talking about Portugal. We took an Uber one night in Sintra, and the guy asked us where we're from. We say Toronto. He's like, Raptors. So I'm telling you, you make just the NBA Finals, you're on the world map.
Which is great. Don't get me wrong. And I'm so proud of our city, our country.
Yeah.
I mean, our city and our team for achieving that. But there's so many positive elements to Toronto that you just can't find anywhere else.
And I think like living here most of our lives, obviously, we kind of can sometimes take it for granted.
Yes.
Like I've lived in Winnipeg for a couple years, and I truly noticed then that I'm like, oh, I really appreciate Toronto. And I loved Winnipeg. No one believes me, but I did like Winnipeg for what it was. But it's a very smaller city, obviously,
and
compared to Toronto. It's very cold. They don't lie about that.
Right.
But yeah, Toronto is fantastic.
Yeah.
So brothers, sisters, siblings?
Only child.
Only
Can
child.
you tell based on what I do for a living? Hi.
I need the
all the
attention.
attention. Back to me. Back to me. Only child. Are you an only child?
No, I have a younger sister.
Okay.
So 2 of us. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Right.
Did you get enough attention at home?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah. My sister would say I got all the attention, probably, but no, it was fun growing up. I think 2 children's nice.
I think it's
Right?
a good number. Yeah.
It's
I mean,
safe.
I'm not a parent myself, but my friends who are parents always say that they don't want to be outnumbered.
Right.
And I can see that, especially
Yeah.
with kids at a young age. But my friends and I, the friends that I have who are in media in some capacity, we always just talk about the fact that we're in this line of work for a reason, and that's for the attention. And we really shouldn't deny that. There is that selfish, narcissistic capacity to it.
Right.
There
right.
is.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, did you know growing up that you wanted to be in front of a camera one day or be a reporter of any sort?
You
or-
know what's funny? So growing up as an only child, and my parents were immigrants from Vietnam. They didn't speak a lot of English. And so every day after school, I'd come home, hang out with my mom. When she's making dinner, while we're eating dinner, all we watched was Entertainment Tonight.
Nice.
There
it
is, with Mary Hart and Bob Goen and John Tesh. And so watching entertainment journalism growing up, that's just all I knew. And I was so fascinated by these people who had these larger than life careers, got paid for it.
Yeah.
It just seemed so glamorous. And I was more fascinated with them, and I wanted to be involved in the space in some capacity. I just didn't know that it would end up in front of the camera.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.